Welcome, bike history lovers. Today, we're journeying back in time to the heart of one of the greatest empires the world has ever known. Imagine a city teeming with life, a hub of power, culture, and spectacle. In the very center of this bustling metropolis, ancient Rome, stood a monument that would echo through eternity, the Colosseum. This wasn't just a building, it was an amphitheater of dreams, a stage for legends, and a place where the fate of men and beasts was decided by the roar of a crowd. So, how did this architectural marvel come to be? Our story begins over 2,000 years ago, with an emperor named Vespasian. Rome had just emerged from a tumultuous period of civil war. The city was scarred, and its people were weary. Vespasian knew that to truly unite Rome and solidify his rule, he needed more than just military victories. He needed to give the people something spectacular, a symbol of Rome's renewed strength and glory. He envisioned an arena grander than anything ever seen before, a gift to the Roman people. And so, on the site of a former palace's artificial lake, the most ambitious construction project of the ancient world began. The scale of this undertaking was simply staggering. It was a testament to Roman engineering and sheer manpower. Tens of thousands of workers, including slaves and skilled artisans, labored tirelessly, day and night. They quarried massive blocks of travertine stone, transported them to the city, and hoisted them into place with ingenious crane systems powered by human and animal strength, layer by layer. The elliptical structure rose from the ground. They used concrete, a Roman invention, to create the vaulted arches and seating tiers. Imagine the scene, the constant clang of hammers, the shouting of foremen, the creaking of wooden scaffolding, all combining in a symphony of creation. It took nearly a decade, but when it was finally completed under Vespasian's son, Titus, the result was breathtaking. The Flavian Amphitheater, as it was originally known, stood as tall as a modern 12-story building, a colossal masterpiece that could hold over 50,000 spectators, more than many modern sports stadiums. It was a declaration in stone and mortar. Rome was eternal. The grand opening was an event for the ages. To inaugurate the Colosseum, Emperor Titus declared a festival lasting an unprecedented 100 days. The city of Rome was electric with anticipation. On the opening day, imagine the scene. Vibrant banners fluttering in the breeze, the blare of trumpets echoing through the streets, and the deafening roar of 50,000 people as the gates to the arena floor swung open. What did they see? Stepping out onto the hot sand, under the brilliant Mediterranean sun, were the stars of the show. The gladiators. They were the rock stars, the elite athletes of their day. They marched into the arena, stopped before the emperor's box, raised their arms in salute, and famously declared, "We, who are about to die, salute you." The games had begun, and the heart of Rome began to beat with a thunderous rhythm of excitement and fear. Now, who were these gladiators? They came from all walks of life. Many were slaves, prisoners of war, or condemned criminals, forced to fight for a chance at survival and, perhaps, freedom. But surprisingly, a significant number were volunteers, free men who chose this dangerous path, risking their lives for the promise of fame, glory, and immense wealth. They lived and trained in special schools, called ludi, under the strict discipline of a lanista, or trainer. They specialized in different fighting styles, each with unique armor and weaponry. You had the ricerius, with his net and trident, quick and agile. Then there was the heavily armed murmillo with his large shield and sword, a walking fortress. These weren't just chaotic brawls. They were highly skilled, tactical duels. The crowd would scream for their favorites, placing bets and living and dying with every sword thrust and parry. The fights were brutal, and life was fragile in the arena. The gladiator's fate often rested on the whim of the crowd and the final judgment of the emperor. Picture this. A gladiator stands victorious over his fallen opponent. The crowd is in a frenzy. Thousands of hands wave cloths, their voices a unified roar. The defeated gladiator, if still alive, might raise a finger, appealing for mercy. All eyes would then turn to the imperial box. The emperor, feeling the pulse of the crowd, would deliver the verdict with a simple, powerful gesture. The thumb, it's a famous image, though one we might slightly misinterpret today. The historical consensus is that a thumb tucked into the fist, symbolizing a sheathed sword, meant mercy. A thumb pointed up, or perhaps out, mimicking a drawn sword, meant death. It was the ultimate display of power, life and death decided by a single gesture, amplified by the will of 50,000 spectators. But the Colosseum's spectacles were not limited to gladiatorial combat. The Romans were masters of entertainment, and they used the arena for an astonishing variety of shows. One of the most incredible feats were the naumachia, or moxie battles. Can you believe it? They would flood the entire arena floor with millions of gallons of water, turning it into a miniature lake. Specially designed, scaled-down warships would then engage in epic naval battles, reenacting famous Roman victories at sea. It was a logistical and engineering marvel that would be difficult to replicate even today. Beyond these naval shows, there were the Venetians, or wild animal hunts, exotic beasts from the farthest corners of the emperor, lions from Africa, tigers from the east, bears, crocodiles. Elephants were brought to Rome to be hunted in the arena or to fight against each other and against armed gladiators called It was a display of the empire's vast reach and its dominion over the natural world. The Colosseum also served as a grand stage for public parades, celebrating military heroes returning from victorious campaigns, showcasing the spoils of war and reinforcing the might of the Roman legions. It was a place of bread and circuses, a stage for power, propaganda, and public entertainment all rolled into one. It was, without a doubt, the true heart of Roman life. However, like all great empires, Rome's golden age could not last forever. As centuries passed, the empire faced internal strife, economic decline, and external threats. Its power began to wane. The city of Rome itself was rocked by powerful earthquakes that damaged many of its great monuments, including the Colosseum. The magnificent structure began to crumble. With the fall of the Western Roman Empire, the game ceased, and the Colosseum's purpose was lost. For centuries, it was neglected. Its valuable materials were seen as a free quarry for a new Rome. Popes, nobles, and common citizens alike took its stones, its marble seats, and its bronze clamps to build new palaces, churches, and bridges across the city. The arena that once hosted emperors and echoed with the roars of tens of thousands was slowly dismantled, left to the mercy of time and nature. Yet, even in its ruined state, the Colosseum's power endures. It stands today not as a complete structure, but as a powerful symbol. It is a testament to the genius of Roman engineering, the ambition of its emperors, and the raw, often brutal, spirit of its people. When you walk through its arches today, you can almost hear the echoes of the past, the roar of the crowd, the clash of steel, the trumpets of the legions. It whispers stories of incredible courage, of a quest for glory, and of a civilization that, for a time, ruled the known world. The Colosseum is more than just a ruin. It is a timeless monument to the grandeur and complexity of ancient Rome, a story written in stone that continues to captivate and inspire us thousands of years later. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back to ancient Rome. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more incredible stories from history, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an adventure. Until next time, stay curious.